Elves are a very old and illustrious race. When our human ancestors were barely crawling out of their caves and experimenting with fire, the greater wood elf had already developed a high forest civilization. Many of the elf species have become extinct, though, through encroachments of human civilization. Others have increasingly gone into hiding. Here's the Elvish family tree. The major elf species, a full record of all the branches of the Elvish family tree would require volumes. The cave elf first appeared in jungles of Brazil, lived in caves, and obtained food by use of a primitive dub. The mummer, one of nature's sad mistakes. Remains have only been found in the catacombs of Egypt. Apparently, in the diminished light of the body, evolved the point where the eye was necessary. Although the mummer has been virtually forgotten, True Dwarf, the early descendant of the cave elf. The true dwarf still exists in some parts of the world. Living in caves like his ancestor, the true dwarf lives so wild berries and meat will be his enemies. Of nasty disposition, not to be confused with descriptions of dwarves often found in mythology and popular legend. Pixie, worldly wise elf that inhabits the more temperate regions of the Western world. When caught, the pixie will assume a foolish demeanor to deceive his captors and lull them into complacency. His highly developed sense of hearing, and he's able to consume great amounts of food at a single sitting. A larger cousin to the lesser wood elf inhabits hollow trees and fallen logs. It can be deemed stout and sturdy species, hard to catch and even harder to kill. The source of the legends of the immortal Mundicums of the forest, a helpful friend to smaller animals of the brush, the greater wood elf is extremely suspicious of mankind. Mystic monk, so named because of clothing fragments that have been found supporting earlier theories that this strain of elves place mystical importance in robes and capes. Some anthropologists believe that all males in this race were celibate, but historical evidence suggests otherwise. Hairy Gorf, an extremely rare species of elf currently extinct in the wilds of Siberia. Hairy Gorfs are very skilled in language and mostly can speak 5 or 6 tongues, as well as Gorfish. They have difficulty with human languages, however. What appears to be a hat and boots are really actual hair on the Gorf's body. The Gorf wears neither hat nor boots. The gnome, a flourishing family of elves found in virtually every part of the world. Their success at survival may be described in part to the fact that they are the smallest of the elves. A fierce enemy of mice and moles, gnomes live underground and come up only at night, very skilled with digging and mining instruments. Leprechaun, famed in Irish folklore, the leprechaun has actually never inhabited Ireland. A distant cousin has, however, the brownie. Leprechauns are joyful folk that always are eager to laugh and ever loving a rousing dance. Their chefs are known all throughout the world among the elves. They're mainly by word of mouth. On holidays, they dress similar to American pilgrims. Normally, however, they remain without any clothing. The common elf is flourishing throughout the entire world. Wherever people can be found, they can also be found, particularly strong in the rural areas of America and Europe. This elf usually shares the house of a human, though of course without the human's knowledge. Most famous for the members of the species that serve with Santa Claus at the North Pole.